Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are enjoying your day. I hope you guys are safe. So I want to talk about a story that's pretty tragic and awfully sad. So over the weekend, Saturday, I believe, YoGotti's oldest brother, Big Jook, was gunned down in Memphis. He was attending a funeral for a relative, an uncle. And after the funeral, they had a repast while at the restaurant. Shots rang out and the brother Big Jook was shot and killed on the scene. Um, there's a lot of there's a lot of theories going around, should I say, as to what actually happened. A lot of people are saying a lot of crazy things, but I got this from a reputable news source. And it says the brother Anthony Big Jook Mims was shot and killed this weekend. Uh, the source confirmed. Sources with direct knowledge tell us the rapper's older sibling was gunned down Saturday in Memphis on or near Winchester Road. Per reports, the murder took place after he attended a funeral service in the area. The report goes on to state that there are photos and videos circulating online that purportedly show Jook bleeding on the ground with people attending to him. The exact details of the shooting are unclear at this point, but Jook is confirmed dead. It also goes on to state that Gotti himself was with Jook during the killing. Um, he hasn't addressed his brother's murder just yet. Another element to this is the possibility that this might be retaliated to the related, I'm sorry, related to the murder of YoungDolph in 2021. At least that's the speculation online anyway. As we reported, cops rushed to Gotti's Memphis restaurant shortly after the young rapper was shot down himself outside of a cookie store. This is out of fear of possible, retaliation. It's no secret Dolph and Gotti had beef, allegedly. I'm gonna say allegedly. And now many suspect this might be connected. Also noteworthy, the location of Jook's murder is not far from Gotti's establishment. In fact, it's on the same block. It's also not very far from where Dolph's murder took place. Okay, and so the theories are going around that Big Jook was gunned down in retaliation for Young Dolph's unaliving in 2021. The people are speculating that allegedly Big Jook put $40,000 on Young Dolph's head because of this alleged beef that Young Dolph had with his brother. It's also being said that allegedly the reason why the beef started is because Young Dolph, which was being allegedly mentored by Young Gotti at first, chose not to sign with him on a record label and instead go independent. So since that happened and the speculation about the bounty on his head, this is supposed to be in retaliation to that. The people that unalived young Dolph, I believe that they were caught. If I can remember, if it's not true, please forgive me. But I believe that they were caught and charged with the unaliving of young Dolph. I think that this is all just absolutely sad when it comes to Young Dolph, and I'm sure Big Jook too. But when it comes to Young Dolph, he had a family. He had a very young family, and now his family is without him because of street violence. The only people that benefit from something like this, honestly, are the record labels, and people don't realize that, right? Yo Gotti did an interview with BET, and he stated that he actually didn't have any beef. He stated on the Breakfast Club interview that he didn't have any beef with Young Dolph, and actually he used to mentor him before he got started in the business. They also stated that it was some kind of it could possibly be some type of gang rivalry going on, and so that may also have been the reason behind the unaliving of Jook as well as Dolph. When it comes to the uncle that was laid to rest, they said at one point in time he was a big drug dealer. in the city of Memphis, right? So if you know anything about Memphis, I live in Tennessee, and I know for a fact that even in the non-hood area, I'm gonna say it that way, of Memphis, there's always some kind of undercurrent of crime. The city is very corrupt, as a matter of fact, and when it comes to the predominantly black neighborhoods and things going down in those neighborhoods, the police a lot of time will just sit back and let them play themselves out, and whoever is left standing, that is who goes to jail. There are also a lot of of planned unaliving of people when it comes to Memphis. I'm going to say it that way. So there is a lot of, it's like a cloud is over Memphis or something. I lived there for a year. And I came back to East Tennessee. I refused to stay there. There is no place safe there, not really, And but it's got such a rich cultural history, a rich culture of music, jazz and blues and country and R&B and all forms of music. Um, it's where the home of Elvis Presley is in Memphis, Tennessee. Bill Street. There's a lot going on, but unfortunately, there's the undercurrent of violence always present, right? So anyway, getting back to Big Jook's unaliving, if it's true, what they're saying about him putting $40 on young up $40, child. I am so sorry. If it's true that he put 40K on Young Dolph's head, um this is absolutely retaliation, right? But they said that people were wondering, well, how did they know? Because he didn't live in Memphis, but Big Jook didn't live in Memphis, and they were wondering, how they knew where he would be, because they said sometime before he was murdered, I think the night before, a couple of nights before, it is reported that allegedly he was shot at. He was at a car show in North Memphis, and shots rang out. They tried to kill him at that event. It didn't happen, of course. He went to the funeral. They said that he was standing outside of the funeral with only one bodyguard. They say that young Gotti had a whole slew of bodyguards as well as a police presence. The police presence was still there allegedly, but shots still rang out. Said the bodyguards start running towards the car, as well as Big Jook start running to the car. The bodyguard was actually able to make it to the car. He did get shot as well, but he is in ICU. They say allegedly. But Big Jook made it to the car door. As he's trying to open the car door, he was riddled with bullets, and he died right there allegedly on the ground. Now I don't know what sort of people would take pictures and put them online, but they say there are actual photos of his body riddled with bullets online. I didn't go look for those photos. I didn't want to see it. The only reason why I'm doing this video right now, if you're still with me, is because, like I said, this is senseless violence, and I do believe that possibly, maybe, instead of him being set up, they knew where he was going to be anyway, because this was big news in the city. So they knew that, where the funeral was going to be, where the repast was going to be. People talk on the street, but I heard that it was their itinerary was actually, publicized. So whoever it was that was looking for them in this alleged white car that the police have put an alert out for with no plates on it, this white vehicle that they showed a picture of a white vehicle. It didn't have any plates on the back of it. They don't know, where the vehicle fled to. But they're still looking for that vehicle. They said that they knew the itinerary, so it is no surprise. That they did get to him the way that they got to him, right? That people believe that he wasn't being safe enough. He didn't ride with an entourage of security. He had only had one. But at the end of the day, the only reason why I'm doing this video is because this is senseless death. And like I said, the only people that prosper from things like this are record labels. You have when it comes to rap music, that industry thrives off of violence, right? And we know that as far back as decades ago, over 2 decades ago, between the Biggie and Tupac beef. I believe that was the first major a beef that resulted in both the rappers being unalived, right? And we know that there were powers that be behind that. And I also believe that there are powers that be behind this senseless violence as well. Like, you never know what you're getting into when you're dealing with people like this. And when it comes to young people, I'm under the belief that these days, when it comes to young people, there is a level of disconnect when it comes to the unaliving of people. That's why you can get these types of videos online. But young people don't understand that dead is dead. There is no coming back from it. There is no clout to chase when it comes to things like this, in my opinion. And it is very unfortunate to see the loss of life when it comes to these men, and when it comes to anybody, the unaliving of anybody. We've seen this as a recent Nipsey Hussle, Extension. These sorts of unnecessary incidents don't have to be. People don't have no. You have no. The Bible said that you men will have no natural affinity for man in the end times, and what that means is we will no longer care about each other to the point to where you don't mind doing this for clout or ego or for a little bit of anything, and that's unfortunate. That's why I'm doing this video, because young people need to realize that dead is dead. Even and then if you commit this sort of thing, you get caught, you go to jail for the rest of your life. So that is tantamount of your life being over, and it really doesn't have to be this. I am so sick of seeing this, right? And it don't make no sense. So that's why I want to do the video. So please, I'm done now. I didn't want to preach, but I really had to put that out there, because this is all very senseless in my opinion. There is no need. And Big Jook wasn't even a rapper. They said that he was on the business side of things when it comes to YoGotti, and his business and his career, right? So I just want to mention all this to you guys. I just want to share a little gem, with whoever's listening. And please, please, please stop the violence. I know we have been saying this forever, but it is continue. We continuously have to deal with things of this nature, and I just wanted to end as well as I'm sure that you guys do too. So please like, share, and subscribe. If you subscribe to the channel, please hit that notifications bell so that you will be notified when I drop another video. And on that note, y'all be safe. I love you in the way that Christ loves you. And I'm going to talk to y'all later. Bye bye. Peace.